Hi, this is Representative Strickland representing Washington State's 10th Congressional District. Thank you, Chair DeFazio and Ranking Member Grace, for allowing me to be here today. And as a former mayor and a former board member of 2 regional transportation organizations, I know how vital transportation is to our economy. And I know that these transportation agencies don't work without the dedicated employees, and we must make sure that they are protected during and after this pandemic. So I'll talk about 3 things today: the need for local funding, equity, and what we can do with a national mandate. So I'd like to start directly with Council Member Buscaino, who is a city council member.
I voted on this.
And could you please talk about how direct assistance and 100%, can you hear me?
Well, they're down to.
Hello?
Keep going, keep going.
Okay. So this is for the council member. Could you please tell us how direct assistance to cities and 100% FEMA cost sharing will affect essential workers in your community and across the country?
Thank you, Congress member. I speak on behalf, of course, National League of Cities, and one of your mayors, Mayor Victoria Woodard, is one of our officers, a second vice president representing Tacoma. And I appreciate the question. We are ecstatic and pleased as cities, towns, and villages to have that 100% reimbursement. If we did from FEMA, if we didn't, cities would be faced with furloughing of the city's essential workers, such as sanitation workers, public work workers, those who pave our streets and patch our potholes. For us, knowing that we'd get that reimbursement, we would avoid 6 months worth of layoffs and furloughs. And keep in mind, cities, towns, and villages, we don't print money. We are forced to balance budgets every single fiscal year. And that is, what we need to do moving forward. Without a COVID relief package, we're going to be dipping into reserves that we already have been in cities, towns, and villages already aren't seeing the revenue streams coming in. We heavily rely on tourism and trade, particularly here in the Southern California region. Both tourism and trade equate to 1 in 9 jobs. And when we can't get the ships unloaded quick enough, when we're not, it poses an economic issue. When we're not filling our hotel rooms, that poses an economic issue for cities, towns, and villages, because we can't move on our transit occupancy tax or TOT tax. So then we're forced to turn to layoffs or furloughing our most city essential workers like police, fire, sanitation.
Well, thank you very much. And now I want to switch to the conversation about equity. And I want to make clear that the virus is ravaging marginalized communities and disproportionately affects communities of color. And according to findings by the Urban Institute, more than half of all Black, Native American, and Latino workers have essential or non-essential jobs that have to be done in person. And they often have to use public transit to get there. There's a separate finding that also says that 1 in 6 Asian American workers fear receiving substandard health care because of their race if they become seriously ill. So for both Dr. Michaels and the council member, or anyone else who wants to answer, what safeguards do you recommend we put in place to protect workers of color in underserved communities? Thank you.
Well, I feel we need to pay them more. They are the heroes pay that you're seeing cities advance at $4 more an hour for at least 160 days. They are clearly essential workers. And I say those who are on the front lines, those people of color who are doing factory workers, janitors who are cleaning our hospitals, even more so our grocery workers, they need to be paid more. In addition, we are seeing inequities in the vaccine deployment. Recent New York Times article proved that there's more affluent communities in Los Angeles County who are getting vaccinated at a higher rate than communities of color. This is why we have partnered with our counties as well as a federal government to now expand our vaccination sites in disadvantaged communities, and we're proud of that. And this is what cities are thirsting for and demanding in every part of the country.
And I would add, beyond vaccinations, What is badly needed is a very strong workplace safety standard put out by OSHA, but I don't think it should just be the one that OSHA may be working on now. Congress needs to pass a law, and that was something that the House passed in the last session, needs to revisit it, to expand it. OSHA doesn't cover all workers. There are millions of public sector workers in much of the country, not Washington state, but much of the country, who have no OSHA coverage. And transportation workers also are in sort of OSHA-free zones. So Congress needs to essentially pass a law requiring the federal government to issue strong enforceable standards to cover all workers.
Thank you.
Can I recognize Mr. Chairman? I do want to recognize this committee who is, we have a number of former local elected officials like Congressmember Strickland and others. You understand where we are coming from, and local leaders make great national leaders, for the record. Thank you.
Thank you.